elements to the show here. So the first space is a continuation of our research into the power of music and the power of voice to make us feel connected to one another. And so with the work we've been doing with the choirs in the lead up to the exhibition, we were looking at the power of singing together and how this produces a social bond, and we're interested to continue that within the gallery space. There's been a whole process and year of research going on behind the development of the work. As part of that, I've been working with a team of academics, so with Robin Dunbar, who works for Oxford University, he's Emeritus Professor in Psychology, Lauren Stewart, who's based at Goldsmiths University, and Ian Cross, who's based at Cambridge University. The main part of the exhibition centres around Gallery 2, which is the main space at Bluecoat, and that is where the main sound work is being played in the space. There's a work, it's been transcribed from a huge number of field recordings, most of which have come from on-site here at the Bluecoat. And this is of people chatting with each other, chatting with friends, having friendly conversation, and they have been recorded, and then I've listened to what were people doing musically, transcribed that, and then laced them together as a large, more complex score. So in that space, what you hear sounds very musical, but it is just what we're doing, and this is the sort of beauty of what we are doing as humans and communicating with each other, that we are just chatting and producing this extraordinary music. And obviously this is a pre-recorded sound work that's playing in the space, and so I wanted to explore, was it possible to create a sound work that could also respond to visitors coming into the space. So there's a microphone in the gallery, and visitors are welcome to talk or sing or do whatever they wish to do with their voices next to the microphone, and it listens to you, and the computer program will pick up on what dominant notes you're hitting in your voice, and that will then determine where the score goes next. So the whole score actually reshuffles itself entirely to find the best way that it can talk to you when you're in the space, and it does that completely seamlessly, so it sounds like it's just continuing fluidly as a piece of music. In Gallery 3, the window room at the far end of the galleries, this is really a kind of an experimentation space in different ways of scoring and thinking, what might music learn from what we all do naturally in human conversation, and are there ways to score which are not reliant on learning how to read classical notation. And so there's a sort of series of props or tools within that space that can be used for improvisation and exploring different ways of musicking together. But I liked, when I started researching and looking at this, the idea that actually you could just take something that's very directional as just a kind of prompt as an improvisation tool. So those exist both as wall paintings and as handling objects within the space, so they can be read either by touch or by sight. And then in the centre of Gallery 3 then is a large hexagonal table which is fitted with a robotic mechanism which is called the Mephistophone, which was developed by computer scientists Patrick Wallner and Isaac Herman at the Computer Lab at Cambridge University. And this basically is a haptic system which can be encoded to play whatever you wish it to play. So it, in this context, is encoded with our score that I wrote for Gallery 2, and it then becomes a haptic device, so a score which can be read by touch, by placing your hands on top of these little robotic arms that pop up and down and tell you which note, again, in a directional manner, are you going higher or lower. They're actually positioned very precisely, so you could kind of learn it exactly which note to work from, but I'm also interested in it as an improvisation tool of just using it in this very gestural way. And then finally, upstairs in Gallery 4, there's a social space, because the whole exhibition has come from people socialising and chatting to one another. And so the idea of that space is just to create space where people can go and have those conversations where we're all just producing this stuff naturally. And so there is an area where people can just sit, socialise together. There's a reading space to share some of the research behind the project, with a little library which people are welcome to sit and read. But it also becomes an event space, so we'll have, over the run of the exhibition, a number of events, including sharing some of the research with the academics that I'm working with, a number of reading sessions, and a number of workshops for babies and parents also to continue that exploration of musicalities of pre-language.